Hi guys, welcome back. So till our last video we have seen adding the new hold reason column in our hold data or invalid data and writing them to valid and invalid zones. Now let's go back to the project requirement and see what all we have covered as per use cases that business has given us. The first requirement was that due to network failure some records can be missing. For example, they have given quantity sold and vendor ID. We have to hold the data for both till we receive an update. So this we have already completed. And once again guys, you have all the code. If you want to play around with it, you are free to do so. Just add few more columns, few more logic and try to execute the code. Now next scenario was to release the hold records in case the update of the data has been received in the consecutive days data. This also we have covered. So if you have not understood that, please watch the last session once again. Now next requirement was the sale amount. We have to derive the sale amount from product price provided by the headquarters considering the sale currency exchange rate in USD. So let's see what we have here. As you can see in the daily data, we are just receiving the product code or product ID. We don't have the price for it and the sales amount for it. But anyways, we have the quantity sold. So product P001, 2 quantity of this was sold as part of this sales ID. Now what we have to do, we have to take the data provided by business, that is a price for that particular day being provided by the business. That P001 is this much amount, and if 2 quantities of this were sold, we have to make the calculation and calculate the final sales amount. Let's say this is one of the scenario. Let's see how to do that. So this requirement is all about reading the product data. So let us keep our data ingest and refine job till here. Let's close it and create a new job for that. Go to Python, new Python file, and let's name it enrich product reference. Now what we want in this, first of all, our basic all libraries we will import as we have imported in other ones. So let's import all of these and create a new Spark session and name the job as enrich product reference. Config files, again we have to read the same way, so I'll just mention all of them. This will be fetching the config files. And now here, understand for which product we have to calculate all these sales. So let's say this was our data and this doesn't have the sale amount. This column is not there. So we have to calculate the sales amount for all the data that we are receiving. But as you have seen that we have found some of the invalid data as well. So first of all, if that data is invalid and that has been kept on hold, so there is no need to consider complete data for calculating the sales amount. That will be an extra burden only because the data is not valid. Even if we calculate the complete sales amount, that is not required as of today at least. So let's not take the complete data. In place of that, as we have seen, we have already filtered this data into valid and invalid till our last job. So it's very clear that we have to ignore invalid data. Just consider the valid data for further enrichment, calculating the required fields. Only valid data is going to be out from the big data pipeline and valuable for the report for today. So we'll be only considering the valid file. So to read the valid file once again, we can import the schema same way from the config file as we have done here. This will be a part of config file itself. Then we will define the schema. And same way to import the schema, we have to use the function as well. Let me use this, reading the schema, and the current and the previous day reference also you can get from the config. As of now, here I am copying it as it is. Now let's read the valid data. To read the valid data, the process is same as we have been doing till now. The schema is same as landing, but let us name it as valid file schema because the columns are same. And similar way, after reading, we'll create and replace temp view with the valid data that is finally valid from the previous job. And delimiter will be pipe, option will be header as true. And now we have to read the output being generated after the previous job, that was refinement job. So we will read it from output location inside that valid data and current zone suffix. That is, we are reading from the output of the previous job. Valid and current. This is the data that we will be reading. So we have our valid data. Now let's see how we are going to calculate the product sale amount. For this, we need the reference file from business. That is a product reference. So let's read this file first. Let's see what we have in that. We will get all these reference files also as a part of project content. Inside input, go to products, and this is the product list that we will be receiving directly from GKC stores. So what we have here is product ID, product name, product price currency, and product updated date. So there might be a list you might have with the product price, name and everything, but product price here might be related to any of the specific currency. That this is 2500 INR, but there might be few products like in USD as well. So you can see this product is in USD. So what we have to do, we have to take every product ID and look inside the product list. What is the product exactly? Then we have to consider the product quantity. How much of this is sold? And we have to multiply that, calculating the final amount. Okay. So let's read this file as well. Let me define the schema for this. I'll define the schema as it is. If you want, you can mention it in a config file. We have done it multiple times in this course. So product ID, product name, product price currency and updated date. These all things we have received. So this was the schema, and now let us read the product reference as well. This is reading valid data and this is reading project reference. And this we will be reading from the input location inside the product directory, and created another view on top of that. Now let's see how we enrich this. Let's make product enriched df. That means the valid data that is enriched with the values of products. Let us see what query will be fit for this. Spark.sql. First of all, we have to select. We can define new schema because they have not given us, so we can define in whatever order we want the columns. Before that, let's see from where we have to collect this. Again, we have to do a join. So from valid data, and here we want just the matching columns, because I'm not sure if there is a list of 20,000 products and in current sale maybe only 2000 product IDs are there. So I don't want all of them. I just want the inner join. That means I just want the matching records. I just want the detail of the product that is actually in my reference. So from valid data, let's name it A, inner join, product reference. Let's name it B. And this will be on what condition? My product ID should match. So on A dot product ID is equal to B dot product ID. Now let's see what we have to select. So that is up to us in case you don't have any details. Otherwise, if business has mentioned that what all details you need, as of now we just know that I have to get the product price. Along with that, if you want, you can use any number of columns. So sale ID and product ID will surely be there. Sale ID, product ID. Sale ID will be there only in valid data, because product reference does not have sale ID. It has only product details. So valid data is A, so A dot. Product ID also we can take from either of them, because that is only the key column. It will be there in both. Now we need a product name. Product name will be only there in the product reference. So that is our B. It will not be available in A. What else? You can take any column that you have been given requirement for. Let's say quantity sold, vendor ID, sale date. So almost everything is there. Just now we have to calculate the sale amount. So let us take it as a new column, and in SQL, as you are free to use any order of the columns, so it will give sale ID and all these columns in this order, and after sale date, Here let us define what the logic we are going to write in calculating the sale amount. So what will be our sale amount? That will be product price, this column product price, and this will be taken from B dot, and we have to multiply with quantity sold, that will be in valid data. So product price into quantity, that will give us the sale amount. And let us give a name inside SQL. If you want to give the name or alias for that column, you have to use as keyword, as sale amount. As we saw in generic Spark APIs, using with column, we were giving the new column name as first argument of with column API, but in place of that, if you are using the Spark SQL syntax, you can create a new column with whatever logic you want and use as keyword. After that, you can give the column name. And as I told earlier, you have to maintain the spaces in case you are using the multi-line queries. Now we have got the product enriched data frame, and let us write it into our output directory. So this dot write, and I have already created one enriched folder inside my output directories. Inside that, I have created few directories where I will be creating the sale amount enrichment. So this directory is empty. So this is how it happens. Multiple jobs, as we keep on building, they will generate the intermediate data. The data generated by one job will be used as an input by subsequent job. So this is the directory I have created for sales amount enrichment, and that is where I am going to write this for the current day. Let me try to execute it, and make sure in PyCharm, if you create a new job, directly if you try to run it, you have to see here which job it is picking. So for any new job, it's better first time just right click and click on run. This will run the current job. So the code ran successfully. Let us see our output directory. Inside enriched, sales amount enriched, inside this you can see today's directory has been created. Now let's see what we are getting. So very nice, we are getting sale ID, the product ID that has been valid. Only if you recall, we had only these four values that has been valid for next day. So only for those values the amount is getting enriched. Product 4, the product name, the quantity, the vendor who has sold that, the sale ID, and finally the sales amount. And also let us verify once. P005 is iPhone 11 black, and this is 65K, and in sale 3, this is the old data. For current data, let me see here. So 003, we received an update with 4 units being sold. So that is the reason quantity sold is 4, and 65K into 4, we are getting 2,60,000. So correct. So getting back to the requirement, sale amount has to be derived from the product price provided by the headquarters, considering the sale currency's exchange rate in USD. So half of the requirement is fulfilled, that we are able to calculate the sale amount. So sale amount is being calculated. Now we have to see that what currency was this. To see that, let me add the sale currency also, because sale currency was already there in valid data. Let me add that as well. Sale currency from A. Run this. I think I forgot to mention comma. Let's run this again. Okay, let's see. Yes, now we have here. So this is the limited data. Once we execute it on cluster with the huge data, we can see more. It's coming like this. I think this is text editor's problem. So these three are in INR, and we have to consider the USD values. So this might have to be considered in current day's USD rates. and this is already USD, so we don't have to touch this. So let's see how to do that.